New videos every day.
There are a number of factors that all combine and work together to determine the overall state of your health and your body. Those factors are what you eat, how much you eat, how active you are, nutritional deficiencies, any drugs or toxins you may be exposed to, disease states in your body, and stress. One thing that I really want to emphasize is that all of these factors intertwine to equal who you are in the state that you're in right now. So this is how you physically feel on a day-to-day basis. This is your weight. This is your health. This is your trips to the doctor. This is your quality of life and even your mortality rate. So take a look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, how do you physically feel? And know that however you physically feel right now is due to the combination of all of those intertwining factors. And you can practically lay this out just like a math equation. What you eat, plus how much you eat, plus how active you are, plus your nutritional deficiencies, plus any drugs or toxins you're exposed to, plus your disease states, plus your stress equals you. Certain states of the body are considered undesirable, or they may just be downright unpleasant. And when we find ourselves in those states, we'll usually take some action to remedy, alleviate, or completely eradicate that undesirable state of our body. So for example, you may have acid reflux. So you go to the doctor and he prescribes you the purple pill that's going to turn off your stomach acid. Or you've gained some extra weight and you're not feeling very attractive anymore, so you join Jenny Craig. Or maybe you go ahead and get liposuction. Now, I know that a lot of this sounds pretty moronically simple, but there are some really common mistakes that people make in regard to these lifestyle factors. And if you understand these mistakes, then you can avoid making them. You can avoid getting stuck in this trap, and you can avoid getting stuck with an unwanted condition. And most people are stuck with some unwanted condition. Maybe you're overweight, or you have skin problems or acne. Or maybe you feel tired all the time, and you're constantly resorting to Coca-Cola or energy drinks to try and pep you back up. Or maybe you're stressed out and you're popping Xanax or smoking marijuana or drinking excessive amounts of alcohol. Everyone will have their own unique combination of conditions, and they're different for every single person. But take a second and ask yourself, what unwanted conditions are you stuck with? So here's the first common mistake. People make temporary lifestyle changes, but then expect the result to last. So here's a very common example. Someone is unhappy with their body, so they decide to go on a diet. Maybe they join Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers or South Beach, and they may even be successful and actually lose all of that weight they're wanting to lose. And then they go off the diet, and they resume the same lifestyle factors that they were in the first place, and all of the weight comes back. Now, this is a very obvious problem, but it still is a very common mistake. This is actually such a common mistake that scientists have estimated between 80 and 95% of people are going to gain that weight back or gain more weight back within 2 years of going off a diet. But this is good news for the weight loss industry, who's raking in about $61 billion every year. And in actuality, they don't really mind if people gain the weight back, because guess what that means for them? Return customers. This happens so often, actually, that scientists have even made statements like diets don't work. Now, clearly, that's a flawed statement. Most diets do work. It's actually estimated that most dieters lose 5 to 10% of their starting weight when they go on a diet. What doesn't work is going off the diet and returning to all of those same lifestyle factors that got the person there in the first place. And what this all adds up to is that if you want to have a lasting change in the state of your body, you have to make a lasting change in one or more of your lifestyle factors. When someone goes on a diet, they're usually paying someone to hold them accountable and forcibly temporarily change their lifestyle factors of what they eat, how much they eat, or how active they are. And then once the diet is over, they revert right back to the lifestyle that they were in before. So if you want to have those lasting changes, you really have to make a sustainable change in your lifestyle factors. You have to make it a habit. You have to be able to commit to those new changes. And this can really be achieved much more easily than you might think. I'll give you an example. One really simple thing you could do would be to give up soda. Just stop drinking soda and drink water instead. And if you're thinking that you could never give up your soda, then just know that you're going to have to live with the consequences of drinking soda and probably being overweight. But if you just made that one really simple lifestyle change, most people are going to see sustainable weight loss as a result. And you should know that the caffeine withdrawals and sugar withdrawals will all go away in about a week, and you'll stop craving the sodas completely. So if the first mistake is to expect lasting changes in your body when you make temporary changes in your lifestyle, then the second mistake would be this: resorting to drugs or medications to mask the symptoms rather than to actually tackle the cause of those symptoms and change the lifestyle factor that's causing it in the first place. Mechanically, this is very simple. Imagine there's a monkey sitting next to you with a hammer, and he keeps beating and smashing your thumb. Now, a painful thumb is an unwanted and uncomfortable condition. So you go ahead and pop a couple of OxyContin or other heavy painkillers and ignore the monkey. Now granted, this seems really silly, if not completely ridiculous. What you'd really do is take the hammer away from the monkey, move away from the monkey, or just put that little bastard in his cage. But nonetheless, this is a mistake that people make commonly and continuously. And this is a mistake that makes the pharmaceutical industry hundreds of billions of dollars every single year. So let me give you an example. One of the leading classes of the most profitable drugs are lipid regulators. So these are cholesterol controlling medications. And Americans spend about $15 billion a year on these lipid regulating medications alone. But the reason that these people are having cholesterol issues is not due to a Lipitor deficiency in their blood. The actual cause of high cholesterol is due to those lifestyle factors of what you eat, how much you eat, and how active you are. When we are eating a diet high in refined starches and refined sugars, that causes inflammation in the arteries. And inflammation in the arteries is going to cause your liver to produce more cholesterol. So the way that you fix this problem is to lay off the processed foods and refined sugars. And studies have shown that when people go on to low-carb diets, it dramatically improves their cholesterol levels. Another example of a common ailment is indigestion, acid reflux, and upset stomach. And one of the very popular medications for these conditions are proton pump inhibitors like Nexium, Prevacid, and Zercal. And Americans spend about $14 billion a year on these drugs alone. But the cause of your indigestion and acid reflux is not a deficiency of Nexium in your blood. It's because of the lifestyle factor, what you eat. Now, I don't have time in this video to fully explain stomach acid and acid reflux. We'll save that for another video. But I will say this. If you start incorporating some raw fruits and vegetables into every single meal, you avoid refined starches and refined sugar, and you avoid fried foods, those stomach acid problems will simply vanish. And Americans spend about $10 billion a year on antidepressants. But the cause of your depression is not the lack of Prozac in your blood. And Americans spend about $8 billion a year on high blood pressure medications. But once again, it's not the lack of high blood pressure medication that's causing your high blood pressure, it's your lifestyle factors. Now, if you can grasp this principle that your lifestyle factors are directly responsible for the state of your body, your health, and your weight, then it opens you up to make positive, permanent changes in your lifestyle that will have benefits that continue on indefinitely. Once again, those factors are what you eat, how much you eat, how active you are, your nutritional deficiencies, the drugs or toxins that you are exposed to, disease states in your body, and stress. Now, it may seem at first that making permanent changes in your lifestyle is way too difficult, but in a future video, I'm going to give you 10 simple lifestyle changes that will change your life forever. And in another video, I'm going to tell you how finding your passion can help you give meaning to your life, can help you be happy and healthier than you could have ever imagined. I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. Be sure to friend Psychetruth on Facebook and share this video with your friends. So chances are you are really excited about making changes in your life, but you may be having a little trouble finding the motivation. If that's the case, check out my video, Why You Can't Change. Obviously, one of the changes that most people would benefit from making is to eat a healthier diet. So for a better understanding on the difference between junk foods and superfoods, check out my video, Junk versus Superfoods. To find out what the worst, fatty, McFattening, junkiest of the junk foods are, check out the top 10 obesity-causing foods. And to learn what the top 10 superest, most super healthful foods are, check out my video, The Top 10 Superfoods.